Let's move on to talk about clean elections.
Sure.
Recently on the Augusta Insider, somebody made a comment, and I'll read that to you and then ask for your opinion. Candidates who can't raise money or who want to make Maine taxpayers pay for their campaigns should politely bow out.
Well,
what do you make of that statement?
The people of Maine in 1996 endorsed this clean elections system by an overwhelming vote. It is part of the landscape here in Maine. As part of that legislation, they made it very difficult for people to raise money privately. You can't take corporate contributions. It used to be that the limit per donor was $500. That limit is now at $750, but in any case, fairly low. So if you're going to go out and raise, suppose you're going to go out and raise $750,000, you have to have, I can't even do the math, but you have to get $750 apiece from thousands and thousands of people.
Right.
So I think that the people who are trying to run in that fashion are going to have a lot of difficulty. I don't fault them for that. I admire what they're doing, but I think it's it's effectively very difficult to do. The only people that are going to run under that system are the multi-millionaires who are spending their own money and hoping to buy themselves a bedroom in the Blaine House. That's what's going on here. We have 5 multimillionaires running for this office, 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, and an independent. And the danger of our current system, or the challenge of our current system is, you either have to run with your own money, writing all your own checks essentially, or you have to run under the clean election system, which was passed by public referendum back in 1996. This was not passed or created by the legislature. However, the legislature has made it very difficult to qualify under the Maine clean election system. I qualified 4 years ago by getting we had to get 2,500 of those $5 contribution checks. We got 2,850. Chandler Woodcock did, and we worked hard to get them. The legislature got nervous about it, the system, and said, okay, 2,500 isn't enough, so we're going to raise it to 3,250, which is a 30% increase over the limit that Chandler and I found so challenging and difficult. It is not easy to qualify, and in order to qualify, you have to have huge broad-based support, which fortunately I have. I mean, we've got over 1,500 checks so far in the last 2.5, 3 months, and I think we're going to make it. I think others will not make it. It's not easy to get it, and if you can meet the challenge of that law, then you've earned every nickel that the public may choose to spend on your limited campaign.
Do you think the Clean Election Fund should be mandatory for all candidates?
It can't be made mandatory because the U.S. Supreme Court has said that the First Amendment, if it says anything, it says many things in only a few words, but it says that if you want to spend your own money running for public office, that there's nothing to prevent you from being, Mayor Bloomberg of New York, for example. You cannot stop somebody from using his or her own checkbook as a vehicle for free speech and for communication. So that's one of the basic rules of America. But I can tell you what's happened, though, because the clean election law that was passed by public referendum put such constraints on private donations, it has made it very difficult for people like me and for others to consider running by trying to get donations from the private side, except from the public finance system.